Joining us on the Guadalupe Radio Network is the founding pastor of Regina Caeli Parish, which is located in the Archdiocese of Galveston, Houston. It's Father Charles Van Vliet. He is also a member of the Priestly Fraternity of St. Peter. So Father Van Vliet is here to tell us a little bit about his priestly fraternity as well as Regina Caeli Parish in Houston. Father, thanks so much for being here. We appreciate your being in the KSHJ studio.
Thank you for having me. It's wonderful to be here. Again, I've been here before.
Sure. Tell me about Regina Caeli Parish. First off, for people who are unfamiliar, what does that name mean, Regina Caeli?
Regina Caeli means, it's Latin for Queen of Heaven. So it's Our Lady Queen of Heaven Parish, if you want to put it in English.
Yeah, which is absolutely wonderful because we're always asking for her intercession, aren't we?
That's right. And so we dedicated our parish to her, and we've asked St. Joseph to help build our buildings, and St. Athanasius was another name that we looked at, so that's our hall, which we use as a chapel right now. It's called St. Athanasius Hall. So
very good, very good. So tell me a little bit about the history of Regina Caeli, and I'll ask you a little bit about the traditional Latin Mass as well, because the traditional Latin Mass that you guys offer draws people from all across the Houston area. First, when was Regina Caeli Parish founded? How far back does it go?
Well, I was asked in 2010 by my superior, Father John Berg, to come to or to investigate the possibility of opening up a parish here in Houston.
Okay.
And so that was in 2010. I just finished construction of the seminary chapel in Nebraska, and so he asked me to come here. I did a little detour to Pennsylvania first before coming here, but anyways, and then I came here in did several visits, and in 2011, in September, around September 1st, I moved here to Houston area. I stayed with Father Lockie at his church, and we said Mass at his parish until we could, and he invited us to stay there, and we were there till we got onto our own property. There was a lady who wanted to donate land to build a parish, and so I was looking at that. I also looked at other possibilities as far as churches or buying something that was already built, and ultimately we decided to go with building our own facility on the raw land that was being donated. And it was really raw land. It was farmland, lots of brush and shrubs and animals all over it. So
yes, I know being there, you have to drive a little bit down the driveway to get to the facility.
It's actually nicely located that way that we're isolated from the rest of the world out there, so to speak. There's no industrial park right next to us making noise or anything like that. It's just the neighborhood, so you get, the that sort of noise from the neighborhood, but that's about it.
So you mentioned your superior who had kind of given you an assignment here in Houston to form this parish, to look into forming this parish in particular. I had mentioned that you're a member of the Priestly Fraternity of St. Peter, so religious order. Tell me a little bit about that order in particular. I know that there are priests that are part of this order in both the United States and Canada. And
all over the world right now, actually. We have, I'm not sure what the total number of priests is right now. It's growing every year, but we just had a gathering in St. Louis where we had over 100 priests from North America together. So, but we're the Priestly Fraternity of St. Peter, is a society of apostolic life. It's not a religious order as such, and so it's a society of priests living in community life, and we have various missions. One of them is running parishes, like we're doing here in Regina Caeli, education of priests. So we have a couple of international seminaries, one in Nebraska, one in Germany and Bavaria. We do the different assignments that the bishops ask us to do, but like I say, mostly it's been supplying traditional Latin Mass in parishes. So that's why I was asked to come here and start this. So, very good. So then, as mentioned, you and your fellow priests there at Regina Caeli celebrate the traditional Latin Mass. Tell me, for people who may not be familiar with that, what is the traditional Latin Mass? What do we mean when we say that? Okay, well, we follow the rubrics and the books of the 1962 Mass, so it's pre-Second Vatican Council. It's kind of the last missal from before the Council. And so it's also called the Tridentine Mass because it's the missal of the Council of Trent that was promulgated back then, 1580, whatever. I'm not sure the year anymore. But there have been changes, of course, with in the calendar, but other than that, it's been pretty much what was promulgated at the Council of Trent. And so we continue using that missal and the different liturgical books, the rituals and the pontificale for the bishop when he comes to for ceremonies like confirmation. Mm-hmm. So we use the traditional rite for all of those things. And so we were founded in 1988. People may be familiar with the Society of Pius X. They were wanting to ordain bishops in 1988. A group of priests didn't want to be involved in the schism that resulted for the bishops that did that. And so we ended up with a group of priests that started the Priestly Fraternity of St. Peter. They went to Rome, spoke with Cardinal Ratzinger at the time, who eventually became Pope Benedict XVI, and then had a meeting with Pope John Paul II, St. John Paul II. Mm-hmm. And he is actually the one who founded us. He said, write up your constitutions, I'll approve them, and gave us a green light to move forward. And so I was going to say,
really establishing it.
Yeah,
in that sense.
Yeah, so we're a society of pontifical rite, which is kind of unique for a society to be formed immediately pontifical rite. Mm-hmm. Normally, you start in a diocese. As you grow, then you apply for pontifical status. So diocesan rite, you fall under the local bishop. Pontifical rite, you fall under Rome. So right off the bat, we became a society of pontifical rite, thanks to generosity of Pope John Paul II.
Yeah, and I appreciate your mentioning that your priestly fraternity was established by St. John Paul II. And again, just to clarify for people who may not be aware, you had mentioned that Society of St. Pius, one that's not in line, not in communion with Rome.
That's correct, yeah.
So I just want to make sure we do clarify. Yes, of course, Regina Caeli, under the Archdiocese of Galveston, Houston, like you said, you guys had the support established by St. John Paul II. So I'm glad we specified that, of course, Regina Caeli is open to all Catholic in line with Rome.
Yeah, the reason we were founded is we wanted to stay in line with Rome.
Yeah.
And I didn't join the fraternity until I entered the seminary in '93, so a few years after its foundation. Mm-hmm. And so I've known most of the founders. I met them of the fraternity. There's a few that have passed away since. Most of them are still alive. I've been in the fraternity ever since. So I knew about its founding in 1988 when I was thinking about the priesthood. Mm-hmm. Initially, I wanted to go to the Vancouver Archdiocese, but things didn't work out with.
But you must have also felt a specific calling for this.
Yeah, I did. Yes, I mean that's where I loved Vancouver. It was a beautiful place. I lived there for a number of years. And then when things were they were dragging their feet with the vocations director, they weren't responding very well. So I talked to my spiritual director at the time, and he said, well, you like the Latin Mass. Why don't you just go to the fraternity? Look at that. And so that's what I did. And so.
And did you grow up going to a Latin Mass with family?
Well, I was born in 1960, so that's what they had.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I don't remember a lot. I remember the facing the east or facing the altar when celebrating Mass, and I didn't actually serve the Latin Mass when I was younger. But when the earliest years of serving Mass, it was the new Mass at that point in the early 70s. Mm-hmm.
So for people who have been visiting Regina Caeli, going to Mass there again across the Houston area, maybe learning a little bit more about the traditional Latin Mass. As you mentioned, it's 1962. The priest is facing the altar. Tell me a little bit about what do you think is the interest in the traditional Latin Mass? What do you think draws people to it? What do you think it is that people want to come and in some cases come back and go to Mass there?
Yeah. It's probably different for different people. I mean, that's obvious, different things appeal to it. But certainly the reverence, the way, the Mass is celebrated, there's a lot of quiet silence in the Mass when we celebrate it. And I know that appeals to a lot of people. Mm-hmm. The way the rubrics are, the priest always does it the same way. So it doesn't matter which priest is celebrating Mass. In the new Mass, there are certain things where you can do these or similar words or things like that. But the traditional Mass, you're following the rubrics that are in the Missal, and that certainly keeps things very consistent from priest to priest when we go from parish to parish, around the world, for the traditional Latin Mass. So that's something that certainly appeals to it. I mean, we have some people that travel a lot and they go to our parishes in Australia and so on, and they're pilots, that are traveling. So, but it is certainly, that's the silence, the reverence that is shown there by the way the people, participate in the Mass. It's not. It's different. It's something you kind of have to experience a little bit too, I think, to really appreciate. It's so. I mean, that's at least things particular to the Latin Mass. It would be things that draw people to it.
Yeah. Well, you raise a good point, which is that if somebody were to attend a traditional Latin Mass, they might not get everything at first. It's all in Latin, so I guess kind of come with a little bit of patience. It's okay if you don't get everything the first time.
That's right.
You attend the Mass.
Yeah. And some people do say, well, didn't get anything out of it, and they don't come back. But the thing is, we have the missals there, the little red booklets with the liturgy in it, with English and Latin, or the white ones with Spanish and Latin. And then we have the pamphlets in both languages also, where people can follow, with the readings and so on. We do the translation of at least on Sundays and holy days, the translation of the Epistle and Gospel into the vernacular.
Okay.
So people can follow that, and then sermons, of course, given in English and sometimes English and Spanish. We have one priest who speaks Spanish. We have a large Hispanic population now, and so we do it in both languages.
How many people do you think roughly attend or are part of the parish at Regina Caeli now?
We have over 800 families, 820 families, I think, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So you've really seen it grow.
Yes, yeah. We started out 100 families when I first moved here in 2011. When the parish was founded or established as a parish, which was 2013, we were probably around 140 to 160 families. And then we're slowly growing from there. And then, it just escalated in the more recent years to over 800 families. So our church, the building that we built was the hall. We're using that as a church. It's designed to hold 300 people. It's way too small now. Yeah,
because people sort of kind of cramming into the hallway there just to be able to.
So it takes up, so we have 6 masses on Sunday to try to accommodate as many people as we can. So with the 3 priests, we each do 2 masses on Sunday.
Yeah. Well, Father, is it a joy for you as a pastor to see all those families coming to Mass like that? I know sometimes they gather after the morning Masses right out there, just outside of the church. It must be nice to have, again, kind of vibrant families, vibrant community.
Oh, it's very much so. It's the future, of course, having the children. We have the priests affectionately call the 8:30 Mass the baby Mass. It's
all the parents are up early bringing their kids.
Yeah, and it's you can hear the choir of children making their noises and stuff. It's because the statistics for our parish, I'm not sure what it is this latest statistics, but it was the year before. It was 44% of our parishioners are 20 and under.
Oh wow!
A lot of people are surprised at that. Well, it's Latin, it'd be the old people, but it's really the young people who are really being drawn to it.
Do you think that's a sense because the young people are connecting to the history of the church, the tradition?
There'd be a certain amount of that, yeah. Just the liturgy is beautiful in itself too, and that's people are drawn to that for sure.
Yeah. Very good. Well, you guys at Regina Caeli are getting ready for your upcoming Fall Festival, which is going to be on Saturday, October 18th. It's going to be that Saturday afternoon from 12 to 5. My thanks to everybody there at Regina Caeli, including Helen Mann and all the people who are helping set up the Fall Festival, for getting in touch and relaying all the information. I'm guessing those are always a lot of fun for you guys too.
Oh, they're wonderful. It's a small festival compared to most other parishes around. but we're keeping it so it's fun for the kids. A lot of festivals have, their beer gardens and stuff like that. We don't have that. It's for the family, for the kids,
right.
and it's a lot of fun. There's games and vendors coming, and we have the trail riders. They come with at least one wagon for trail rides and stuff. So it's a lot of fun, and we have 40 acres, so we have bushes and stuff they can go through with the trail ride too. So it's
always good to have some land there where kids can run around and have fun and everything.
And they certainly do.
Yeah, very good. Well, again, people can reach out to Regina Caeli. You guys are still accepting, by the way, silent auction donations as well. So if somebody wants to donate to that, they can do so. Again, Regina Caeli is the name of the parish. In addition to that, Father, you guys at the parish have also been working on a capital campaign. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, like I pointed out, the present building we're using for a church is way too small for the number of people that want to come to Mass there. Mm-hmm. And so we've begun a capital campaign, I guess about a year ago, to raise money to build a church. And we're hoping to have a church that's going to see at least 600. And then, and that way we can accommodate more people at the parish.
Tell me about the vision of the church that you want to build. Is there a certain design that you guys are
We're following Spanish Mission. Mm-hmm. Our whole layout of our master plan, like the buildings are all going to be around a big central courtyard, a large central courtyard. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of with the vision for the children, that they have a place to run around where it's safe, there's no cars driving through there and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so that's the kind of the thing that we're aiming at. So that's so the Spanish Mission. So the church is going to be Spanish Mission. Nice bell tower. Yeah. And we're hoping to build a monument, and there's a kind of a circle in the middle of our courtyard, with actually it drains the water for the flood control stuff, but it's also kind of a central part of the courtyard. We're hoping to build a big monument with a statue of Our Lady on top. And that's where the festival funds are going towards, that monument, to try to start raising money for that. So it's not an immediate project, but we're working towards it. So the festival funds are going towards that.
Very good. So again, the Fall Festival at Regina Caeli Parish is Saturday, October 18th from 12 to 5. Again, it's that Saturday afternoon as well. Lots of food, auction, lots of fun for the kids.
That's lots of fun.
Yeah, very good. Father, before we go, I do want to ask you about just the joy of being able to gather with other priests in the Archdiocese of Galveston-Houston. I'd seen you several months back earlier this year for the installation mass for Archbishop Joe Vasquez. A lot of priests there, a lot of clergy members in general. When you gather for something like an installation mass at the Co-Cathedral in downtown or another big event like that, how much of it is a joy for you just to be able to get together with other clergy members who you may not see on a regular basis?
Yeah, we don't see them on a regular basis. And so, I've got to know quite a few priests in the diocese. It's always wonderful to get together and catch up with them again on those occasions. Yeah. And, of course, certainly the installation of Joe Vasquez was a wonderful opportunity, too. It's there were a lot of priests there. And even, other the Eastern Rites priests and stuff were there, too, and bishops. So that was kind of very nice to see that the unity of the church manifesting itself, and just seeing the rites and stuff. The knocking at the door and things like that. It was just very moving to be there and to see that which is. I'm not sure what the traditional liturgy was like, but I'm pretty sure that was a part of it too. And the very symbolism of arriving at the church and entering, and so it was very beautiful.
Very good. Tell me, Father, do you have, before I let you go, tell me if you have any special or favorite devotions, favorite prayers, maybe affinities for any particular saints that help you draw closer to Christ.
Yeah. Well, I guess there'd be several. I love St. Joseph. I'm a carpenter's son myself, so I like building things. Mm-hmm. I do, of course, the Blessed Virgin Mary. That's the reasons why we have also named after her as Queen of Heaven. Mm-hmm. And also, there's one of the devotions I like is, of course, the Blessed Virgin Mary, and one of the things we have in our parish, which also manifests that devotion is we do the first Saturdays, but we also have Legion of Mary, where we do, I'm part of the Legion of Mary. We have 3 presidia in the parish, one for the Spanish, one for the English, and one for the children. Mm-hmm. And they're doing lots of good work. And in fact, just want to point that out too, we have a young man, he was 33, he just passed away a week or so ago, I think it was. And we had heard about him through one of my parishioners that he wasn't doing well health-wise, and so the Legion of Mary started visiting him.
Yes.
They catechized him. He was brought into full union with the church, confirmation, and so it was, the Legion helped move that. So those prayers and stuff of the Legion are very powerful, and the work they do is so important in our church today too.
Yeah.
And so I'd like to give a push for people joining the Legion of Mary if they're able to do so. There's so much important apostolic work to do out there, and the Legion is a good means of helping us to do that. So,
very good.
I'm also the chaplain for the Northwest Curia, so I help out with the Northwest Curia of the Legion of Mary.
Okay,
so,
very good.
So it's good.
Excellent. Yeah, well, and you can't go wrong, by the way, with St. Joseph and our Blessed Mother Mary, Holy Family, as well in terms of devotion. That's great.
Yeah.
Again, Regina Caeli Parish, we have the Fall Festival coming up Saturday, October 18th. One more reminder. Again, you guys have the ongoing capital campaign. And, of course, we'll stay in touch with you guys so we can update our audience about the progress on that capital campaign as well. Hopefully you guys will be able to reach the goal soon. Is there a certain timeline for getting that?
Well, we're trying to get the design of the building worked on now, so we're starting on that. Things are always going to be more expensive than you anticipated. So, our initial goal was 7. We've actually got pledges up to 8, but we're probably going to have to go beyond that.
Yeah.
So, but we don't know until we have the design done and how we can phase things and build things. But we're going to get started as soon as possible. It's so important, so needed right now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll continue to pray for that and pray for all the families there that attend Mass. That'll be great one day for them to have a beautiful church like that. A little bit more space. Because of the interest there in Regina Caeli Parish. Again, founding pastor, Father Charles Van Fleet, Regina Caeli Parish in Houston. Thank you so much for being with us, Father. We appreciate your coming here to the studio.
Thank you for having me. It's wonderful.